Welcome back. We do have a bit more 3A ball to go. We're going to go back to One Spokane Stadium for a battle of the 1-0s, Shadle Park and Mount Spokane.
And that game started all the way back at 5 p.m. tonight, an unusual game for Friday Night Lights.
And those Mount Spokane Cats would get off to a strong start in the sun. We love the solid band performance, pepping up the team, but it's Mount Spokane rolling early. Ethan Williams barreling his way in for the short touchdown. Cats taking the lead, but not too long after, Mount Spokane's quarterback Cade Stroster, the deep shot connecting Rock Franklin. Where's the defense? Easily strides in for 6. Touchdown, Wildcats. But now it's time for a Highlander line. Tip pass, no pick. Miles Ian Gibson, an amazing reception. What a play. But Stroster says not so fast, my friend. Toss over to Zayden Trout, swimming his way down the sideline. Spins off a tackler. Falls his way into the end zone. What an effort. Mount Spokane absolutely cooking in the early slate. And this one ain't too close. Wildcats blow out the Highlanders 41-0 the final. These Cats are 2-0. So biggest winners of this weekend were Gonzaga Prep and Meade of the 3A, but also watch out for Cheney. One heck of a start for these Blackhawks at 2-0. Pretty impressive.
Especially for a program that struggled over the last few years, so good for them. All right, out to West Valley now, where the Eagles were big winners last week against Pullman. They were hosting a Lakeside team that also won big last week. So one of these teams would improve to 2-0. No score second quarter. Tanner Cummings has time, and he finds Jet Winger for the Lakeside touchdown. That's his 5th touchdown of the season already. 7-0 visitors, but West Valley's defense would stiffen. Cummings trying to scramble, but he's dropped by Kanan Jacklish. A great individual defensive play by the junior, still 7-zip. West Valley trying to put points on the board before the half. Nathan Zettel downfield to Nathan Jeffries, who makes the catch inside the 10-yard line. Then Jeffries lines up for the field goal to get WV on the board, but it looks like it's partially blocked by a Lakeside defender there, and that would end the first half. Both offenses heat up in the second half, though, but it's Lakeside that comes away with the win on the road. 28-13 is the final as they improve to 2-0.
I watched them earlier this year, a pretty good team. And move it over to East Valley, these night student section having a blast there, but so was Riverside. The Rams bully in for 6. Sean Trotka with the bruising score. It's Riverside moving well down the field right after again, but it's Luke Reedy launching it, tipped up. I mean, no words for this one. Absolutely incredible. Taryn Fields on an incredible interception. One of the best defensive plays of the season. Riverside punting on their next drive, running outside. Braden Smith blocks the punt. Bittner on the recovery, landing near the end zone. Refs are still waiting for the call, and they do call it a touchdown. Knights score improbably, but despite those two incredible highlights tonight, great fight. But they do fall 27-21 to Riverside, dropping this night season to 0-2. Unfortunate for them. And now we can look at our total scores from 2A. Big results in this one. North Central coming away with a very big time win. Colville as well. And Pullman can't get it done against Moscow in a pretty fun border battle right there, too. Pretty neat.
All right, we cross the border into Idaho now, where the Post Falls Trojans were coming off a heartbreaking loss at Sandpoint last week and looking to rebound against Eastmont, who traveled a long way for this one, and this turned out to be a great game. The Trojans hand the ball off to Marshall Tomlinson, who barrels over the goal line. That cuts the Eastmont lead to 1, 14-13. Now 16-14 Trojans, and they're looking for more. Running back Andrew Zazueta gets stood up by a host of Wildcat defenders, and as he's fighting for extra yardage, you see that? Kamani Auyen managed to rip the ball out. Conley McGinnis recovers, and Eastmont's back in business, and the Wildcats would capitalize. Quarterback Peyton Zielinski rolls out and finds Dak Dixon for the go-ahead touchdown late in the fourth quarter. It's 21-16 Eastmont, but the Trojans march down the field, and with the game on the line, Philip Schmidt finds Brandon Felix, who gets into the end zone for the game winner. Wow, what a finish there. Post Falls improves to 2-1 of the season with a dramatic 22-21 win. They will host Lakeland next week.
Talk about one incredible game, my goodness. Viking territory, though, not too far away in Coeur d'Alene. Home team trying to make some noise on defense early, and there we go. Pass deflected line, picked off by Mate Rea. Incredible hands-up move and heads-up move. That'll make for a very short field. Tanner Stern gets the screen pass off Ty Paulin, puts his head down. Grown man move into the end zone, rolling over his helmet. Touchdown, Coeur d'Alene. But Sunnyside back to pass. Stern's playing defense too. It's quarterback on quarterback. And the Viking wins, strip sack and recovered by the home team. So why not more great offense? Coming up next, Caden Simons making it look easy. Touchdown, Coeur d'Alene. They now lead 13-0. Look at the flex, son. Vikings keep up the pressure, rolling over the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies fall in Coeur d'Alene. Final score 35-18. And now we can look at our Idaho scores. We got a whole bunch of them here. Big ones to highlight. Lewiston, a big domination over another Bordeaux battle up against Clarkson, 46-0. Sandpoint picking up a big win as well. And Lakeland, they just cannot be stopped. Talk about a great season so far for them. And now we can get ready for my favorite part of the show. Every week, it's the best part because it's highlighting the top plays.
And once again, plenty of good options to choose from. And Jack, you seem to be the lucky one with a couple of the biggest plays tonight.
I did. I got pretty lucky. We got some spectacular options coming up this week. Tune in after the break.